Hi everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Books with Leo. I talk about books on here, and today I went to the library. It was really early, there was nobody else around. I had a lovely stroll around looking at some books, seeing some old favourites, and just generally milling around and carrying way too many books with me. I always love going to the library, especially early in the day. It feels like such a magical place, and especially now that I'm all in the fall mood, I'm really ready to pick up some fantasy books from here again and dive into them and feel super cozy. Before I went into the library, I actually had my nails done, and I also visited the thrift store for a bit, and in the thrift store I also spotted some gorgeous books. I found this copy of Emma by Jane Austen, and it's actually a Dutch copy. But anyway, I'll talk about that in the next clip because I'm doing a little library haul. Hi guys, so I just got back from the library and I got a lot of books. So it has really been a while, but the library was closed for a really long time. So I was really excited to get another visit in. I love the library. I think, well, the library we have here is kind of ugly. I don't mean it in a bad way. I like it, but it's not aesthetic or anything, but it is a really nice library. They have a really big collection. They also have a bunch of English books, and yeah, today I basically want to share with you everything I got at the library and also a couple of books that I thrifted, or well, actually just one book that I thrifted, but I still wanted to show you guys, and I'm really excited about it all. And yeah, I'm also really curious if you guys ever use the library, because I mean, I mostly show me doing a lot of book shopping on here, but I do also really like the library, and I also really enjoy thrifting books. I've actually made videos in the past about thrifting books, so that was a lot of fun too. But yeah, let's just get into all the books that I got today at the library. So firstly, I finally got The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. So this is a book that I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I just never got around to it. I don't know. I have tried actually reading it, I think like once. I was on the train. I had also gotten it from the library that time. I think it's literally the same copy. It was already like sort of battered and weird when I got it the first time, and now it's even worse. Like, this book is at the end of its life. Anyway, the first time I picked this book up was mainly because I kept spotting Patrick Rothfuss writing reviews for other fantasy books I had read and loved, and so that made me really curious about his book, because his reviews were some of the funniest things I had ever read. I was just like, if his book is as good as these reviews, then I will love it. So that's why I picked it up. All I know is that this is about, oh, I cannot pronounce this, Quote? I don't know, it's a really difficult name. It's spelled Kvothe. Kvotha, I don't know. Anyway, it's about this guy with a weird name, and he's in this sort of inn, and he's telling his life to another guy. He's just telling him everything that he went through, I guess. That's all I know, really. And I know it's fantasy, and that a lot of big fantasy readers absolutely adore this book. The first time I picked it up, I read it on the train for a bit, and I think I got to like page 30 or something. I didn't get too far in, and I just couldn't really connect to it. I think I was mostly annoyed by the absence of women in this book. Like, the women I had encountered so far in the story were very irrelevant, and it was just like, they were like an accessory, and that annoyed me a little bit. But all of my friends have pushed me to pick this up again and to just really get into it, because they all say they absolutely love it and it is so good. So yeah, that definitely urged me to pick it up again, but not to buy it, because I just want to try again, you know? I didn't want to make the commitment of actually buying it. So that's why the library copy is absolutely a really good idea. Ooh, and it has a map. It just fell open there. I love books with a good map inside. Anyway, so I got Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Then another book I picked up at the library today was Wilder Girls by Rory Powers. The sunlight is really reflecting everywhere. This is, I think, a horror book, and I thought that was a good idea because it's almost October again, and then we get into horror and spooky stuff, and I'm really excited. Spooky season. Spooky season. This book is about a bunch of girls with an illness, I think, and they get quarantined on this island, and they all grow weird things on their body because of the illness, and it's really scary, and it's also sapphic, I think. That's really all I know. And there's also like a girl that disappeared, I think, and I don't really know anything else about this book. I've heard very mixed reviews. Some of my friends absolutely adored it, and some of my friends were really, really not into this and really didn't like it. But yeah, the cover is really pretty, and it is a book that I've seen around on BookTube for a really long time, so I'm really interested to see if I do like it. But, you know, because of the mixed reviews, this is also a book I wouldn't really buy. So yeah. Really excited though to see whether this is something I like and enjoy. I do like a good horror every now and then. I'm really excited for Grady Hendrix's new book as well, but couldn't find that at the library, so that's sad. Then I picked up this book, The Favourite Sister. This is the Dutch copy. A lot of these are in Dutch. This is so impractical. It's a disco. Look at that. It's a disco. Woo! So this book I saw at the library, and I had never heard of it prior to that, but it's apparently about these two sisters that have sort of a rivalry, and then they are in this reality TV show called Gold Diggers, and their rivalry sort of comes to a crescendo or something of the sort. I just really enjoy books with reality TV themes in them. Not entirely sure why, I just think it like mashes up my guilty pleasures of reality TV and true crime, especially in this case. So someone dies, there's a murder mystery, I think. Not entirely sure. There's secrets, there's sisters, there's a reality TV show, and that's all I needed to know to motivate me to pick this baby up. And then I finally picked up Tales for the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs, who also wrote the... What is it called again? Wait, it should be in here what it's called. Well, Ransom Riggs also wrote that other book series. I'm sure you all know the one I'm referring to. I just can't remember it currently, and I also can't find it in the inside of the book. Anyway, this is a fairy tale story collection that I had spotted many times when I was at the bookstore, and I just thought it was so beautiful. The inside and the illustrations and the cover and just everything looks so, so pretty. And this is a book I really wanted to buy, but I'm not always very good with short story collections, so that's why I hesitated. Now that I spotted it again at the library, I was just like, okay, I'll pick it up and I'll see if I like it. And it's just so gorgeous, and I can't wait to dive into this and see if the insides are as beautiful as the outside. Oh, it's on the back, the other series he wrote. So Ransom Riggs also wrote the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series, which I read when I was younger, and I really, really enjoyed that series. I think it's all sort of really creepy and scary stories that are in this book. Really excited to dive into this and to look at all the beautiful illustrations and stuff. Then another book that I picked up, I found this at the thrift store, Emma by Jane Austen. So you guys have heard me talk before about how I want to read more classics, but I just seem to be too dumb to read any classics. A lot of times when I try to read classics, I just tend to give up because I'm like, I can't do this, it's not entertaining to me, I feel dumb, I don't understand what's happening, and I just give up. But then I was like, wait, everybody, English is not my first language. What if I'm not dumb? What if I'm just bilingual? So that's when I was like, I should try to read the classics in their Dutch translations, and if I then do end up liking them, I can always pick them up again in their original languages. So that was my plan. So that was on my mind for a bit already, and then I spotted this copy of Emma in the thrift store, and it's also just a really dramatic copy. It's got like this time period piece on the front, and I just like the border and stuff. And it was only like €1 or something like that. So when I spotted this, I was like, okay, this is perfect. It's the Dutch edition of Jane Austen's Emma, and it's cool. And now I can finally try it in Dutch. And I've actually been reading in this already a little bit today, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I think I've solved the mystery of why I couldn't get into some classics. I think, of course, all classics are different, and some of them will be more my taste than others, but I'm really happy that I finally picked up a classic that I like so far. So yeah, this is about Emma, and as far as I know right now, she's She's a bit self-conceited, but in like a funny way. And like her sort of au pair has just been married off, or well, not married off, she actually fell in love. That's where I am in the story, and I'm sure a lot of you know what this is about already. I don't, so I'm just reading it and telling you what I've picked up from it so far, and it's probably wrong anyway. But yeah, so I picked up this copy of Emma, and I'm really excited to keep on reading it. Then another book that I picked up is Period Power by Maisie Hill. This is the Dutch edition, the Cyclusstrategie. This was translated actually by two of my favourite Dutch podcasters from Dem Honey. This is a book I've been wanting to read for a long time as well. This is basically all about periods and how your monthly cycle sort of plays into your moods and everything you do and how you feel and stuff like that. And it's really about hormones and stuff like that as well. Currently, I have an IUD, and I'm not entirely sure if this is still relevant for me. I don't think so, but I'm still really interested to read more about it, to see what our cycles play into. And I think as a woman, but also as a feminist, this is a really interesting topic. And I also think if you're a man, this can still be really interesting, just because our cycles influence so much of our lives and we really don't learn enough about them in school. So yeah, really excited to finally pick this up. I've heard many great things about this book and I can't wait to read it. And then last but not least, another book I picked up from the library was The Marvels by Brian Selznick. This book is so pretty. I really do want to buy this actually, but I saw it at the library. I had also been wanting to read this one for a couple of years, so I was just like, I'll get it right now. And if I really enjoy it, I can always still buy it. I don't like the spine, but I really love the front, and it's also got some gold foiled sprayed edges. I have no clue what this is about, but I did see Jack Edwards also reading this book, which has re-motivated me to read it because I spotted it, I think, at the library like a couple of years ago, and I love Brian Selznick's illustration work, but then I didn't end up reading it, and then when I saw Jack Edwards reading it, I was like, right, I should be reading that too. I wanted to read that. So that's great. What I do know is that it's part graphic novel, and it's got Brian Selznick's really cool illustration style. It's really done in a really cool way with like these really big illustrations. Another part of it is just written text like any regular book. So it's sort of a mix up of both of those things. I do really enjoy graphic novels every now and then, and I also really like just regular books. I mean, obviously. So I'm really excited to read this. I think it's also a middle grade, and that's really all I know. So yeah. That was my little library haul and my little trip to the library. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this video and if you guys ever use the library or anything of the sort. And if you've read any of the books I just hauled, definitely let me know as well. I'm always very curious to hear you guys' thoughts, and yeah, I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye!